Hi there everybody, welcome to Art Spark with your amateurs in art, Mary and Juan. And just so you guys can know, next week we'll be joined by our fellow bookmobile driver and artist, Carlos. So let's get right into it. Last week we worked on black and white 3D illusion. So we're thinking that today we're going to move into the realm of colors. Let's go over what color really means. Because color is everywhere. It can change your way of thinking. And it has a lot of interesting effects. For instance, it can soothe your eyes. It can suppress your appetite. It's so important that people spend hours talking about what colors they should use when they are designing their products or even websites. But what is color really? Well, the definition is the property possessed by an object of producing different sensations on the eye as a result of the way the object reflects or emits light. There is even a color wheel people use, and it has a primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. And let's go over what those are. There are 3 primary colors, red, yellow, blue. There are 3 secondary colors, orange, green, and violet. And the 6 tertiary colors are red-orange, yellow-orange, yellow-green, blue-green, blue-violet, red-violet. These are all formed by mixing a primary color with a secondary color. Now with all of this that we've thrown at you, you're probably wondering what exactly you're going to be drawing today. So let's take a gander with some of Mary's work. Here is going to be the outline. This is what you will craft to fill in. And afterward, you're going to move into the black and white. You're going to fill that in. Looks so lovely. And then you're going to get to choose a couple of colors, and it'll end up looking like this. Wow, that's marvelous. So, with that, let's get right into Mary's art. Thank you so much, guys, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell as well so you can be notified whenever we make art videos like this. And thank you so much.
Hi everyone, it's Mary. I'm going to be showing you what we're going to be using today. It's going to be a blank piece of paper, a 12-inch ruler, pencil, and eraser. And then at the end, what you will need or what you can get are either color pencils, or you can also use color crayons or markers. First, we're going to be drawing a square, and because since I'm using a larger piece of paper, I'm going to use my ruler to measure out some lines that are around 10 by 10 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw my square. And this doesn't have to be perfect, but that's why we have a ruler. Now, you can make this square any size depending on the size of your paper, but because I have a larger paper, that is the reason why I decided to use the ruler and make it smaller. Next, we're going to be drawing a diamond shape in the middle of the square, along with 2 straight angles intersecting at the middle. So we're just going to start on the sides and make our diamond shape. Next, you want to draw those intersecting lines, create a cross. Okay, and to achieve the 3D effect, you do want to try and make the lines as straight as possible, but again, be creative. And as you've seen in the beginning, Juan showed an example of today's art, and it looks a little stretched out, but that's because of the size of the paper. Now that we've drawn our beginning shapes, we can now start on the multiple lines that create our angles within the sides and the inner portion of the diamond. You also want to create at least an odd number of spaces, and that will help giving the 3D effect in the end. start at the outer corners and work your way in for the outside ones. And I try to go for at least 7 to 11 spaces. And they may start out big in the beginning, but you can change it as you go along. I'm just gonna make one more right over here. And so we're gonna do this all the way around on the outsides. It's a good thing we have an eraser, because if you mess up, you can just erase it and fix it. The thinner the angles, the better. Here I have 7. Some of them are thicker than the others, but that's okay. Nice. I decided to go with 7 instead of 11. So I have 7 here, 7 here, and then when you're going on the inside, what you're going to do is you're going to connect the lines that we created on the outside and connect them to the inner part of the diamond. That way we come up with the same amount of spaces. Okay, when you connect your lines and when you get to the middle and you've done all sides, then it's going to look a little darker in the middle, and that's just because you connected all of them together. So I'm going to connect the top side of this diamond to the middle of the square. Once I finish connecting all of the lines, you should have equal parts on the top and the bottom. And now that we have one side of the paper finished, you can go on to finish the opposite side at your own pace. And we're now going to move on to colors. Like Juan mentioned, there are 3 primary colors in the color wheel: red, yellow, and blue. And for this activity, you're welcome to use any colors that you'd like. That's good. No. Okay, so I have my color pencils here, and what we can do is you could either color in each space the way you'd like, starting with, you know, darker to lighter or lighter to darker, and you can use every other space. Another way that you can be doing this is you can use a pattern within every other space. So for in our example, what we did was take a black marker or black color pencil, and I outlined all of the lines, and at the end it looked like the 3D effect that we did last week. And I colored in every other space. So we're just gonna color this in, and again, you just can finish this at home. I'm just going to color a small portion of this. With the colors, what I'm going to choose is red and purple. Those are just 2 of my favorite colors. And I'm just going to, you know, do the opposite one that we just colored, black. Or in my case, only some of it. But I'm just going to outline it. And I'm just going to go ahead and just color it in. you can do this however you like. The point is to be creative, use your imagination, and then at the end, you know, this is not so much of a bright purple, it's more of a violet. I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a pattern. So you can do whatever you like. You get the idea. At the end, you should be able to come up with a color. A coloring that looks somewhat like this. And again, what I did was I just colored every other space a darker color, and then the inner ones I decided to do a rainbow effect. And we're hoping that, you know, you can show us what you guys did and post it to the San Benito County Free Library page, or you can email it to library@cosb.us. And thank you for joining us. You guys take care.